What is going on, y'all? Welcome to Gumbo's Kitchen, where I show you that eating clean does not mean eating boring. Thanks for coming back to the channel. As you can see, I'm getting ready to show you how to make my favorite go-to marinade that I use for everything from beef to chicken to pork to fish, anything under the sun. What you're gonna need today: some black pepper, fresh ground if you got it, otherwise pre-ground is fine. Some ginger, ground or fresh. I don't usually keep fresh ginger on hand, so ground it is for me. Some garlic powder, not garlic salt. I know a lot of Hispanics got garlic salt in the house. Soy sauce of the low sodium variety, because even the low sodium variety has a butt ton of sodium, y'all, so be careful when you use this. The nice thing is you won't need to add any more salt to your recipes if you use soy sauce. Worcestershire sauce, a lot of flavor in this bottle, but not a lot of calories, not a lot of carbs, not even that much sodium. So good flavor out of this sauce. You can use it in a lot of recipes. Some fresh parsley, about a handful of that. 1 onion, we're going to use about 1/4 of it. Doesn't matter what kind, we're just throwing it in the marinade for flavor. And your protein of choice. I am using calf sirloin tips, otherwise known outside of New England as flap steaks. Not the cheapest cut of meat, but for the money, relatively lean and very good cut of meat that you can throw on the grill. Now, as for tools, you're going to want a nice sharp knife. I've got a Shun chef's knife that I use for pretty much everything. A meat mallet, knurled or flat. I'm going to use the knurled side to really break this meat down. I'm cooking this at midnight after my workout, and I don't want to be here all night. A measuring cup, some measuring spoons, and a nice medium-sized bowl to do your mixing in. Alright, let's get it popping with the soy sauce. We're going to go with about 1/4 cup of the low sodium soy sauce. It's not going to seem like a lot of liquid, y'all, but we've only got 1 pound of meat and we want to use this stuff lightly. The Worcestershire, 3 to 4 heavy-handed dashes. It's not a strong flavor, but you will notice if it's gone. Garlic powder, we're going to go with a full teaspoon here. Soy sauce is a really heavy Asian flavor, so that garlic powder really helps balance it out a little bit. Same with the ginger, we're going to go with 1/4 teaspoon of the ground stuff here. Another strong Asian flavor, so be careful not to overdo it. If you're using fresh grated ginger, go with about 1 thumb of fresh grated ginger. You're going to buy it in a root, and what you're going to do is break off a piece that's about the size from your knuckle to the tip of your thumb, grate it up, put it in the bowl. Now for the onion, you want to break that down into halves and then cut one of those halves into 1/4, and we're only going to use 1/4 of this onion for this recipe. Now y'all, I feel like I need to defend my honor here. My knife cuts are usually on point and really pretty, but this onion is never gonna see a plate. It's just for flavor in the marinade, so chop it up nice and rough and throw it in the bowl. Same goes for the fresh parsley. Rip off a handful, chop it up real rough, put it in the marinade to flavor. If you're not used to cooking with fresh herbs, I suggest you keep some on hand. They add a beautiful aromatic freshness to any dish that you make. Black pepper to taste. I like a lot of fresh cracked black pepper because I got that hot sauce in my blood and I like that little bite that it adds. And then you just mix it up, y'all. If after you mix it, it still looks a little tight, you could always add a little bit of water to loosen it up, but you shouldn't need to. You don't need a lot of liquid in this recipe, y'all. But let's beat our meat right now. I'm going to use the knurled side of this cleaver because I really want to beat down that connective tissue, make for a nice tender cut of meat. You can see the muscle striations in this beef, and we want to loosen those up to accept this marinade, get a nice tender cut of meat off the grill. So we're just gonna beat it all up, get our plastic bag, all the meat goes in the bag, and then after the meat goes in the bag, the marinade goes in the bag. You want to make sure you get all the liquid out of there. We don't have a lot of it. Scrape out all the fresh herbs, all those aromatic onions, get it all in the bag. Get as much air out of the bag as you can, and then basically just toss it around. Make sure that all the beef is coated nice and evenly, and then just plop it in the fridge and let that chill for a little bit. Now this marinade will work in as short as 30 minutes, but I like to start it before my workout, so that way when I come home from the gym it's ready to go. I'll let it come to room temp, because if you throw a cold steak on a hot grill, it's going to tighten up on you and it's going to be tough. And speaking of the grill, I've got mine preheated here to about 400 degrees. It's a nice medium high. That's where I like to cook my steaks. I find that it cooks them nice and quick, but also gives them a nice crust on the outside. So go ahead and lay them out. I'm gonna cook them for about 4 minutes on the first side, flip them over, give them 4 minutes on the other side. It'll be about a nice medium. After the 8 minutes is up, I take them off and wrap them really nice and loose in some tin foil, let them breathe, but also let everything redistribute for about 5 minutes. And in the meantime, we can go ahead and get the rest of our post-workout meal underway. And there we have it, y'all, my go-to marinade put to work on a piece of steak for my post-workout meal. If you like this type of video, please go ahead and smash that like button and let me know in the comments what you want to see next coming out of Gumbo's kitchen. But for now, your boy gotta fill up his macros, y'all. I'm about to kill this steak and eggs. Please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and I will see you next time on Gumbo Gets Fit.